Okay, how's this? I just switched it over. I think I have my microphone going. So hopefully, and it's showing. Okay, how's this? It's showing that it is picking up sound. So I just switched it over. I think I have my microphone going. So hopefully, can we still not hear anything? Showing. Okay, how's this? Sound. We can hear. Can we hear? Picking up sound. So does it sound okay? Can you actually like hear me fine? Can we still not hear anything? Okay, good. Hi, angels. It's always something. It's always something. But I think this is the fastest we've got it troubleshooted. So you probably couldn't hear me. There is a little bit of a lag. I want to say like 4 or 5 seconds. So. And let me know if I need to turn my volume up or down. Fastest we've got it troubleshooted. So, is it too loud now? There is a little bit of a lag. I want to say like 4 or 5 seconds. Okay. Is it still doubled? Is there still an echo? Hold on, bringing the chat back up. Okay, I think I fixed the echo. Cool, we're good. All right. Jesus. I hate technology. So why the hell I started a YouTube channel, I have no idea. Okay, so how is my volume? Is that good? Or is it too loud? All good. Okay. All right. Yeah. So I stream with OBS, but I use OBS to record the show footage when I record my reactions. So I make sure that it doesn't like pick up my microphone or anything, because I use a different program for that because it's OBS audio quality isn't the greatest. But yeah, so it's always a pain like having to like change out the settings, and then inevitably I forget and go to record a reaction and screw up the sound. So. Okay. Hi, Mike. Hi, Angels. Hi, Paul. Hi, Clara. Glad we're all here and settled. Thanks for your patience. So, Clara, what I was asking originally was I was hoping you'd be able to hop on here at least for a little bit, since I know you can't be on the Zoom call tonight. Are you going to the game? Like, are you going to be there, or are you watching it on TV? And then also, yes, there is like a 5-second lag between when I say something and when you see it. Hi, Jessica. Yeah, so I put out a community post on YouTube listing everything that I've seen up to so far. So if you're curious, like what we can talk about, which is everything that I have recorded a reaction for, head over to the community tab on my page here on my channel, and that has a list of where I'm at with everything. So yes, Clara, we can talk Marvel and Series 8, well, 8-1, since I've only seen the first episode of Series 8 for Doctor Who here. Clara, what game are you going to? I forget. Is it hockey? You said there were finals or something, right? Glad you could join us, Jessica. Yes, Legendary 3D Gamer. I remember you. Glad you could join us. since it was so last minute, I wasn't sure if anybody would really be able to hop on, but we're doing our Patreon Zoom hangout tonight, and I'm an introvert, so I need to get all my peopling done at once so that I can relax the rest of the month. Well, relax as far as that goes. So yeah, just a kind of a quick little rundown for those who haven't seen the community post. With Doctor Who, I just released yesterday the reaction to yeah, that was interesting. 3D Gamer. I was playing around with it, trying to get everything set up as much as I could before the actual live to try and deal with some of the tech issues, and it ended up going live. So yeah, I released yesterday the first episode of Series 8 of Doctor Who. For Classic Who, I have recently released Season 6, Episode 24, Part 2 of The Seeds of Death. For One Tree Hill, I don't... Jamie, so glad you could hop on even just for this little bit. I appreciate it. I'm sad we're gonna miss you tonight, but hopefully you have lots of fun at the Eurovision party. I don't remember where I'm at in One Tree Hill. I've got my schedule though. Season 6, I just don't remember the exact episode number. Let's see. Okay, so in One Tree Hill, I'm Season 6, Episode 12. Hi, Dave. Glad you could join us. Yeah, Paul, Jamie is actually, he's got a watch party tonight that he's going to. That's why he can't be on the Patreon Zoom. Oh, and then where I'm at with Marvel, for the movies, I have recorded through Captain America the Winter Soldier, but I have already seen Guardians of the Galaxy, which I know is next. I'm going to be recording a rewatch for that. That is going to go, it's not going to come to YouTube. It's going to stay on Patreon. However, I'm making it, since it's just a rewatch, I'm making it a free post on Patreon so anybody can watch it. Like, you don't have to be a Patreon member to watch it. So I'll put out a community post for that next week after it goes live. And then for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I just recorded the reactions today for Season 1, Episode 17 and 18. But I'm way far ahead on my recording for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so it's actually, let's see, what's going to go out this week? Tomorrow... Season 1, Episodes 7 and 8 are being released on Patreon tomorrow. So that's where I'm at with most of the more popular things. There's a bunch of other stuff, though, if you want to check out the post from earlier today in the community tab. But if anybody has any questions about anything, want to chat about anything, just kind of here to hang out. I do have a couple of... Culturefly Supernatural boxes that I can unbox, like if there's no questions. But I know most of you here don't care about that, with the exception of maybe Clara. And Clara, yeah, somehow will be Day of the Doctor Talk. I think it will be too, which is why I'm bummed that so many people aren't going to be able to make it. There's some big episodes to talk about tonight on Patreon. How is my best friend Matthew doing in strike? Yeah, So also for those of you who don't know, I have a tier on Patreon called the Britney's Bestie tier, where the patrons who are on it, they can pick one movie or two TV show episodes for me to react to, like per billing cycle. And Clara has been having me go through, we just wrapped up the first series of CB Strike. So Matthew seems to be doing fine and dandy right now, and I'm not happy about it. I thought we were basically done with Matthew, and I really wish that we were, but we are apparently not. It's now going to be a lot more work to be done with him. Yeah, so not happy about that. Trying to think. Let's see. So the other things I'm doing, someone else on the Britney's Bestie tier has been having me go through Killing Eve. And we've gotten through the first episode of series 2 or season 2. Series 2? I don't know if that's series or seasons of that show. She also has had me start Sex Education. Done the first 2 episodes of that so far. And she's having me do episode 3 this coming billing cycle. And then Clara had me start Daisy Jones and the Six. So I've done the pilot episode for that, and I think, Clara, you can confirm. Last I know, you said you wanted me to do the next 2. Mysterious Missy and Doctor Who, very Mary Poppins-like intriguing. Yes, yes. Yeah. I'm not sure what to think of Missy just yet. I mean, obviously, I don't feel like we're supposed to like her, but they just, like, that was just right there at the end of the episode. Came out of nowhere, and all of a sudden, there's Missy. Did I get the reference to the girl in the fireplace? Oh my God, Clara, my ships are sinking all over the place. I said that today. I said that. I think I said, like, all my ships are going down. All my ships are in pieces now or something. Yeah. And then I referenced how another show I watched earlier this week, like, my ship sank there too. Yeah. So I did actually talk about that at the, during, I think it was episode 18 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. My screenwriter came up with 7. You came up with 7 seasons for the Doctor? See, and I don't really know much about, like, the writers. Beyond just, like, a couple, like, I recognize their names, but in general, I don't usually notice that. But also because I try not to watch those opening credits, like that intro sequence, just in case they throw in, like, a guest star name or something. So I usually notice it if it's, like, you know, one of the ones that they repeatedly use, but I don't typically notice screenwriters. Oh, yeah. So Clara, did I get the reference to the girl in the fireplace? Was there a specific? Yeah, I mean, they talked about Madame du Pompadour or whatever. They talked about it in the episode, so yeah. When's the next movie reaction? So the next one I need to do is episode 1 for Star Wars, and I have been trying to get to it for months, but those of you who are here from Patreon, you know this. Those of you on YouTube don't. I have been sick for the past, like, 2.5 months. I'm even, like, I say I'm better now, but I'm really not. I'm still on, like, a daily nasal spray. I'm still on a daily inhaler. a rescue inhaler because it might happen here. I still have breathing problems. I still have a double ear infection. I've had that for 2.5 months now and have to go see a specialist. But they're not available until next month. So I, have been not super energetic. So the movie reaction did kind of need to go by the wayside. I'm hoping to get to it fairly soon. But those movie reactions, they take a long time to do. So I want to get it out soon. I don't know when, but I would say hopefully sometime within the next month. Because of being sick so long, like so many things got put to the back burner. Like I did the bare minimum for like Patreon and excuse me, and YouTube and my main business. Like YouTube isn't what I do full time. This is a side thing. I have a whole other business with podcasting. And so like I did the bare minimum in all things around the house, everywhere, while I was like sick. And so I'm still kind of playing catch up on a lot of things. So once that gets more caught up, then I can get back to hopefully working on movies and hopefully working on One Tree Hill reactions and getting those coming to YouTube. Speaking of One Tree Hill, hi, Morgan. Yeah, Clara. Yeah. Yeah, no. Because I mean, they talked about it right in the thing. And I mentioned Girl in the Fireplace during the reaction. There's a season 8 episode where I need to watch the titles, but we'll remind you when it comes up. So good to know, but I also have a spreadsheet that I'm in and out of constantly. So I'll probably still see the title. I can try not to, but I'll probably still see it. Morgan, are you going to join us on the Zoom call tonight? And then Optimus Prime for movies. Once I finish Star Wars, I think there might be a few movies, and then we're going to launch into the Marvel movies. Like there might be a few other movies in between because I was told, it was recommended that I not start releasing Marvel content on the channel until after I watch Avengers Endgame, I think. So that's which I'm not scheduled to watch that until this fall. Because I do a Marvel movie every other week, but I had to take a break so that I could get through a lot of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. content. Yay, Morgan, glad you're going to be there. It looks like it's going to be a small group tonight because half the people that voted for the day can't make it. So you'll be able to talk about One Tree Hill all you want. Oh, where I should watch the titles. Got it. Okay. Where I should watch the titles as opposed to looking away. Well, then, yeah, definitely let me know that. Yeah, because I probably won't record ahead on it. Yes, so I watched and I released Deep Breath yesterday. So that's the most recent Doctor Who reaction that I have seen is Series 8, Episode 1, Deep Breath. So yeah, I only just got introduced to the 12th Doctor, so I don't really have a handle on him yet because that whole first episode with him, he didn't really have a handle on himself. So yeah, we're gonna learn who he is together. But he seems to be a pretty popular Doctor so far. Which ones? Nobody was expecting the 12th Doctor cameo in Day of the Doctor. The Attack of Eyebrows. Which one was Day of the Doctor? I mean, I have my spreadsheet. I can look it up, but... Because I feel like so many things here recently were like something of the Doctor. Okay, so Day of the Doctor was the 50th. Okay, and see, people on... You guys on Discord, because there's a Patreon Discord server, or there's a Discord server for those on Patreon. And you guys had talked about seeing him in the anniversary special, and I didn't remember seeing him. I'm guessing I can tell who the villain is in the next episode by the title. Well, I haven't looked at it yet. Actually, I haven't looked at it yet because I don't. So I try not to go. I go series by series with my spreadsheet. So I got the title for Deep Breath because I had to watch it, but I don't have titles for through the rest of the series yet. Series 8. I do it like series by series, so I don't like look ahead and see something from, like I'm not going to do series 9 titles on my spreadsheet now because like maybe an episode in series 9 will be a spoiler somehow for something in series 8. Like, a character comes back and like they're in the something. I think they wiped out, some threat, and then like the title in a future episode tells me otherwise. So I go series by series. So I actually don't know who they are yet. Angels have the phone box. I think I posted that I jumped ahead in Classic. Yes. So it was recommended by those on Patreon that I watched Genesis of the Daleks and Terror of the Zygons before the 50th anniversary special. And Genesis of the Daleks I liked. It was interesting. So Classic Who is not, it's not my favorite show that I'm reacting to. I enjoy it. I'm just not emotionally invested. But it also doesn't help that right now I'm like coming to the tail end of the era where we had a bunch of missing episodes. So like with some of these companions, I've only gotten a few episodes. Like I don't see them introduced. I don't see them leave sometimes. So it's been really hard for me to like form emotional connections with any of them. Now I do have an emotional connection to Jamie, which I probably would have anyways, just because I love Outlander. But yeah, so when I jumped ahead to Genesis of the Daleks, it was really nice to see Sarah Jane. But like I wasn't attached to the other companion or that doctor. So I enjoyed it like as much as I could while not necessarily like super caring about anybody in it except for Sarah Jane. But it was an interesting story. Have I watched An Adventure in Space and Time? Yes. So I did react to An Adventure in Space and Time. It is going to be a Patreon exclusive, so it is over there. I did react to it, and I enjoyed it more than I was expecting to when I realized what it was, because I went into it not really knowing what it was, because I try to go into things like as blindly as I can. And I thought it was some sort of documentary-ish, which I get now why I thought that. It's not quite, but it's also not like a regular movie either. And so when I realized when I started watching it, like what we were doing, I wasn't sure that I was going to get into it, but I actually really did enjoy it a lot. I just tagged you with a Capaldi scene from the Fifth Doctor on Discord. Okay, thanks, Claire. I'll definitely check that out. Hi, M. Jackson. Love Doctor Who. Yeah, pretty popular on this channel. Morgan, I just talking about One Tree Hill in the Zoom. I will also possibly talk about me going to the gym. Oh, yeah. Did you already do that, Morgan? Did you already go to the concert? I forgot you said that was going to happen because that was for your birthday, right? Did your sister get you the tickets? Moffat is still in my position for now, but I wonder who Russell or Moffat likes. Are you asking which one I prefer, Russell or Moffat? Bye, Clara. Thank you for hopping on. I hope you have so much fun at the game tonight. I hope your team wins. If anyone cares, which this is so not going to be the popular opinion, I know. But if anyone is like, if the question is like, whose era do I prefer, Russell's or Moffat's? I have to go Moffat. I liked Moffat. So when I said earlier, I didn't really notice the writers. Moffat was one of the few that I did. Like, I realized at a certain point that like some of my favorite episodes were, were Moffat episodes, and like that started to become a recurring pattern. And then so when I found out that he was the showrunner, I was really excited, and I have loved his era so far, his time there. Maram Kura, I just subscribed to my Patreon for the sole reason to see if I fell in love with Donna or not. I will die if not. Donna's the best. Well, I can tell you, I've commented in some of the comments on the Runaway Bride video about how I ended up feeling about Donna. Your brother got you tickets. That's right. I never go into the music channel on Discord ever. There are certain channels that I have like hidden just because I don't go in there, and music is not really like, I don't really pay attention to music. It's not really like one of my passions, so I just never go in there because I wouldn't really have anything to contribute to the conversation. But now that I know you posted like actual like concert videos and stuff, I'll go check them out. That's so exciting. I definitely want to talk about that tonight. Yeah, so Russell, the showrunner for series 1 through 4, and Moffat. I don't know when Moffat leaves. I do prefer Moffat's time over Russell's. Sorry. I like the stories better. Moffat has twists and turns that are interesting, but Russell's side characters are better written. Interesting. I'd have to think about the side characters being like, comparing the side characters between them. But I definitely do. I like how Moffat has like this kind of puzzle or overarching mystery. Not that Russell T Davies didn't, but I just prefer the style of Moffat better when it comes to those twists and turns. Have I seen any Moffat and Gaddis Sherlock? I haven't seen anything Sherlock, period, ever, of anything. Any iteration or form of it. So, Miriam Kura, you just subscribed to the Patreon. Are you going to go in order of the episodes? Like, are you going to pick up with Series 3? Or are you going to go ahead and jump ahead to Donna's era? Oh, Moffat for sure. Yay. Somebody else. I'm not alone. Oh, I did forget to mention when I was talking about earlier where I'm up to. So Torchwood, I've seen all 4 seasons. I've reacted to all 4 seasons. Or I've recorded the reactions. Like, they're all on Patreon. They'll come to YouTube eventually. I just don't know when. And then Sarah Jane Adventures, now that we finished Torchwood, we're picking it back up. And I am in... So reactions to Sarah Jane Adventures are now going out weekly. And I just released earlier this week episodes 5 and 6 from series 2. Kind of want to jump directly to 4, but want to see 3 also. Hi, Karina. Thanks for joining. I get it. And then also, classic Doctor Who, The 5 Doctors. Hi, Alan. You're welcome. I don't know what that means. Are you referring to the... Never Not Cry during Tosh, No Undusting and Torture? Yes. Oh. Paul, did you watch the Torchwood reactions, right? Like, yeah, that hit me. That hit me real hard. Any plans for other British TV sci-fi programs? I am always open to other shows. I have a running list of I just recommended it. So is that like the what was it, the 5-ish Doctor's Return, like the little 30-minute thing that you're referring to, Alan? Yeah, so I'm always like, everything that you guys like submit, any shows that you want me to check out, what I do is I put them on a spreadsheet, and then we do polls on Patreon. So here lately, because I've been sick, I haven't been introducing any other TV shows, like any other pilots. But soon, hopefully in like June, July, we're going to start the pilots back up again. And so, yeah, like totally open. Richard, what shows would you want to see? Like, definitely feel free. Give me recommendations for shows, especially movies. Always open to those. Tasha and Owen is quite the double women. Yes. Love Moffat before he took over as showrunner on Doctor Who. Jekyll was brilliant. Tasha's my favorite Torchwood character, so that scene destroyed me. Fell in love with Esther in series 4. Only for Your Heart to Be Broken Again, yeah. I liked Esther too. I didn't like her as much as Tosh, but we also we had less time with Esther. Yeah, Miriam Kerr, I could definitely see that. So yes, I don't know how much you want me to tell you, because I know that you're like going to go through them and you want to see where I ended up with Donna. If you want to hear more thoughts about that, I am happy to share. But I also don't like to ruin things for people, because I know like some people want to like experience it as they go with the reactions. So The Angels, Firefly. So I have reacted to the pilot of Firefly. It is over on Patreon. At some point, because it's such a short thing, like it was only like the one series, 10 episodes or whatever, I will eventually finish it. I wasn't super in love with it in the beginning. I liked it a lot more by the end of the episode than I did at the start. It just started the episode off in a way that I don't like when shows do it, when they just kind of like throw you down in the middle of something and don't give you any information. That always really bothers me. So it took me a little while to get over that, but like I'm totally willing to keep going with it. It's just, it hasn't been a priority, but eventually, yes, I will. And it will probably come onto YouTube since it is such a short series and since it is so popular. What shows do I have on my pilot to watch list? Okay, so I will go through that. So these aren't necessarily ones that I will watch. What's going to happen is they're going to get put on... they're going to get put on polls on Patreon. And then... they'll be voted on. I gotta find it. I just had to change all my spreadsheets here recently. Oh, I hope I didn't delete it by accident. I didn't. There we go. Okay. So yeah, so these are gonna go on polls on Patreon at a certain point, and they're gonna get to vote on like 1 or 2 pilots a month for me to react to, and then we'll see how it goes. So right now I have... And these are ones that have just come, like, some of them are from me and some of them have been recommended or suggested by other people. So, American Horror Story 1984, Apocalypse, Cult, and Roanoke, because I haven't seen those. I've seen the other ones, though. Bad Girls, Barry, I don't know what that is. That was suggested by somebody else. Being Human, the UK version, which I actually was going to react to at, like, the start of the channel, but I couldn't find a version that didn't have ads in it. And so I can't really do that for watch-alongs. Big Bang Theory, Bridgerton, Broadchurch, Community, Demon Slayer, Desperate Housewives, which Karina, I think you suggested that. Devil in Ohio, Downton Abbey, Fleabag, Good Omens, Harper's Island. There's a lot here. His Dark Materials, I, Claudius, It's a Sin, Letterkenny, Life on Mars, and then in parentheses, I have British. Lockwood and Co., Mad Men, Merlin, Midnight Mass, Misfits, UK version, I guess. I don't know if there's more than one. Only Murders in the Building, Our Flag Means Death, Penny Dreadful, Pretty Little Liars, Prison Break, Quantum Leap, Ratchet, Red Dwarf, Riverdale. Oh, I have Sex Education on here. That's been done. I can delete that. Thank you, Amber, from Patreon. The BBC version of Sherlock, Scam, Skins UK, Smallville, Spaced, Stargate, Supergirl, Ted Lasso, The Capture, The Good Doctor, Handmaid's Tale, The Sandman. That one I know I'm definitely going to do because I personally just really, really want to see it. So Sandman pilot will probably be one of the first up, along with Wednesday, because I've been dying to watch both of those shows. The Umbrella Academy, The Witcher, The World's End, This Is Us, Thrilling Adventures of Sabrina, Timeless by Eric Kripke, who did Supernatural, Twin Peaks, Veronica Mars, Virgin River, VR 5, Warehouse 13, Wolf Like Me, Years and Years. So that is what is currently on the pilot list to be put into polls at some point. So, all right, let me catch up. They wasted Esther a bit. She needed to do more. Yes, Paul, I completely agree with you. Richard Brown, British TV shows. Blake 7, Sapphire and Steel, Tomorrow People. Okay, I'll add him to the list. My friend started watching from season 5. He was hurt by the story of River's song. When after Smith, he started watching seasons 1 through 4. Yeah, the whole River timeline it's a lot. God forbid the Doctor Who should ever throw us on those so that we don't know what's happening. I mean, yes, they do, but I also have some context for the show. I know who the characters are at least. Whereas in Firefly, it's literally the very first scene you're thrown in the middle of this like battle scene. And I don't know who's there or why I care about any of them or what's happening. So I don't necessarily mind when episodes do it after it's like already been, after some things have already been established. Watch Broadchurch. All Our Doctors Are There. Desperate Housewives is a suggestion. That show is just horrendously underappreciated or unappreciated. Small details and things as small as background music that never get talked about. So I probably wouldn't notice the background music. I don't really notice the music usually. Suggested Lockwood and Co. Yeah, Paul, I think you were the one. Not sure about it now because it just got canceled after one series. Well, I might take it off the list. Lots of shows just got canceled. The Angels of the Film Box. Am I enjoying Sarah Jane Adventures? Yes. I don't love it. Because I prefer like darker shows with like heavy, heavy themes and disturbing content. And so it's been a little juvenile for me, but I have been told that it matures and gets a lot better, like towards the end of series 2 and especially into series 3. So I'm sticking with it. I don't dislike it. It's just not one that like I get super excited to watch. And it's just not one I'm heavily invested in. Although I do really like Sarah Jane. I really like Luke. I did really like Maria, but she just left at the beginning of series 2, which I was not super happy about, but I know the reasoning why they didn't just write her off the show. And I'm starting to like Ronnie. So, well, I'm not starting to. I liked her pretty much from the start, but so yeah. I am hopeful that I will get more into it, but as of right now, it's a show that I could probably not watch another episode of and be fine. Although, I mean, I still would be curious. Like there are definitely shows I have liked less. Oh, okay. I see, Karina. Well, and see, now that I would notice that it might be interesting. Or now that you have said that, it might be something that I would notice. Dave, Spaced was awesome. So many actors are in little pop culture references to look out for. Have I seen Black Mirror? I have seen one episode of Black Mirror. Not my favorite. Just because what I come back to a show for time and time again are the characters. That's what I get heavily invested in. And so with Black Mirror, I kind of just didn't care about anything that was going on. Was I surprised how good Doctor Who was when I started watching it? I wasn't necessarily surprised by how good it was because I knew that it had a huge fan base, had been going for a long time, and like you don't get there by it being a crappy show. I was surprised by how much I enjoyed it, because it's not my usual content that I go for. And so I was definitely surprised by, and like how quickly I enjoyed it. Like from Rose, I thought it was going to be one I was going to have to like work to really get into, and I didn't. Like by the end of Rose, I was not going to say I was like hooked, but I had a really good time during that episode, and I was far more invested in that story and like what was happening than I really thought I was going to be. So yeah, that definitely caught me off guard. Yay, spaced. What are my favorite episodes from each Doctor's series? 9th, 10th, and 11th. Oh boy. All right, so that might take a second. Although I do actually have, I did a, I forget what the name of the website is, where you can like do like the tiers and you have like the pictures. I don't remember. I have it on this computer though, I think. No, it's on my other one. So I posted, and I don't remember what series I went up to. I posted like a little graphic where I ranked all the episodes I had seen so far. But I don't have that on this computer. It's on my laptop, but I can pull up the spreadsheet and go through. And I don't know that I can pick like just one. It almost might be better to do like each series rather than like each Doctor. So from series 1, gosh, there's too many good ones. I'm just going to say like standout ones to me. Still Unquiet Dead. I still love that one. Dalek, I still love it. Empty Child and Dr. Dances, those are also really good too. I mean, I did like Bad Wolf Parting the Ways, but like in terms of episodes that I just like really enjoyed and like would rewatch over and over again, those are the main ones from series 1. From series 2, definitely Tooth and Claw and The Girl in the Fireplace. But I also really liked Impossible Planet and Satan Pit. But if I had to choose, Tooth and Claw and Girl in the Fireplace are like, they're top tier for me. I love them. So series 3, what we're getting ready to go into, Shakespeare Code. I really enjoyed Shakespeare Code, which still doesn't even make any damn sense to me. That episode is so goofy, but I love it. I really liked 42. Oh, and then Blink. I mean, come on. Blink is such a good one. And then from series 4, for that, I have to definitely go with Silence in the Library and Forest of the Dead. That's my favorite from series 4. And then going past that, Waters of Mars might be my favorite episode of Doctor Who so far. I know at the time I definitely was like, all in, this is my favorite episode so far. Upon further reflection, like, there might be some I like more, but I don't know. Waters of Mars really got me. I freaking loved Waters of Mars. Series 5. Gosh, I gotta kind of remember. Those I don't remember. Oh, I really liked, some of these I don't fully remember just because like with the earlier seasons, I had to go through them multiple times because I was doing like the thoughts videos, doing like a full edit for Patreon. So like I've seen them way more than like series 4 or 5 onward. Vincent and the Doctor was definitely a standout for me in series 5. But I'm pretty sure there are more in there that I probably did like. I just don't fully remember what the episodes were. Yeah, and definitely once we start getting into all the Amy, Rory, River stuff, those episodes so blend together for me. I need to go back and rewatch all those. Good Man Goes to War. I did really like that episode. Also, I think I liked Curse of the Black Spot. I think that was an interesting one too. Again, there's a lot of these I don't like fully remember. I like remember things that happened, but not necessarily like what episode they happened in. Series 7, Asylum of the Daleks. I really enjoyed that one. Yeah, they're all kind of blending together now. Especially Series 7. Like, yeah, it's crazy. Okay, let me get back to this. Of the Doctor Who companions have I seen, which would you like to see a spinoff show featuring? So I can actually answer that because I've said it since it happened. Well, since she came back. Which I know that there are like Big Finish audios that go into this. I would love to have gotten a spinoff of everything Rose has done over on like Pete's World and like how she made her way back. Again, I know there's Big Finish stuff, but like I would have loved to have seen it. And then also, which as odd as this is, which I think I said this in the reaction, considering how I felt about Mickey to begin with, I would really like a Mickey Jake spinoff for their time over there as well, which then could definitely tie into, Rose's time. So yeah, that's what I would love to see a spinoff for. I would even take a River spinoff. I do really love River. Oh yeah. Wouldn't have fallen in love with The Good Place if the characters and actors weren't superb. The cameras on the show. Yes. The Good Place is one of my all-time favorite shows. I love it so much. And yeah, I mean, the cast and like those characters definitely, I mean, they made that show. I mean, I'm not gonna say they made it. It was such an interesting premise, but they pulled it off. They're what made it so great. Oh, Amber, hi. I didn't see that you had joined. Fear Her, Paul. I don't hate Fear Her as much as everyone else does. I just think there just was potential there that went unfulfilled. It could have been so much better. And we just didn't go there. What am I hoping to see more of in Killing Eve season 2? I mean, more interactions between Eve and Villanelle for sure. Like their scene when Villanelle, Oksana, whatever, shows up at Eve's apartment is still one of my favorite that I've seen so far in that show. And then that scene with them at the end of season 1, like every time they're in a scene together, it's like magic. I can't take my eyes off the screen when they're in a scene together. And so I want more of that. I would like to see a companion from the closet of the Narnia family or the female scientist again with the drill of underground lizards. Oh, I don't remember the female scientist. And I don't know anything about Narnia stuff. Very Moffat biased. Was that my list of episodes, John? Is that what you're referring to? Very Moffat biased? Because that's the thing. That's how I realized, like, that's how Moffat became a name I became familiar with. It's because it kind of just so happened that he wrote a lot of my favorite episodes in the beginning. Vincent is your go-to episode when you want to lure someone into watching The Doctor. Interesting choice. I do love Vincent and the Doctor because of the actor that plays Vincent, but the creature in that one, or whatever they're fighting, the thing in the town, I forget what it is, but that's definitely a little bit of an out there one. Sorry, Master, do I have a favorite DW companion, or is it difficult to choose? It is difficult to choose. It's very difficult to choose. Right now, I would have to say Rose and Amy are probably tied for my favorite companion. However, I don't know that would be the case if Rose hadn't been my first companion, because I definitely have that sort of like attachment to her because she was my first one. So I think Rose and Amy, but Clara, haven't gotten a ton of time with her yet, but Clara has the potential to, at the very least, be up there with those two. Because I enjoyed her in Asylum of the Daleks, and I was so glad to see her come back in Snowmen, and like so glad to have her join as a companion. And I'm really enjoying her. So I'm really excited to see how this continues to go. Sounds good. Have I ever seen Once Upon a Time? Yes. Not all of it, though. Mid-season 2 right now. I'm still enjoying. I'm not experiencing the same magic as season 1. Yes, exactly. So I started Once Upon a Time, like when it was on TV originally. Loved it. But as it went on, I definitely got less and less into it. I think I made it to... The last thing I remember is them going to Neverland. So sorry if that's a spoiler. I don't remember when that happens. But that's kind of the last thing I remember. I don't know if I really carried on too much longer after that. It definitely went downhill for me. And not downhill, not that it was bad, but like you said, it kind of loses some of the magic. Like something about what hooked me on the show to begin with, like it was just kind of starting to lose that, and I didn't care as much anymore. Yes, not complaining, John. Okay, good. There are one-off partners that I would like to see again. The same Malcolm from season 4. Do I have such favorite one-offs? Who's Malcolm from season 4? I don't remember which one Malcolm was. I'm not... Well, what's so funny is I would normally say Gwyneth from Unquiet Dead. For the longest time, I was hoping they would bring her back in some way or we'd see her again in some way. And then we got Torchwood, which obviously isn't the same, but at least I got Eve. So that kind of scratched that itch a little bit. I would have loved to have gotten more with Jake. I don't know what it is about Jake. I just really enjoy him. So I would have liked to have gotten more with him, although we did see him more than once at least. And prior to Clara coming back on the show, I would have probably said her as well from Asylum of the Daleks, because she was definitely a memorable guest star. Clara Gang, yeah, Tristorm. Hi, True Family. Can't wait for more Winter Hill. Remember, I did say end of May, but I also said that before I got sick for 2.5 months. And I'm still not 100% better. Have I seen today's trailer? Or am I avoiding everything till you're caught up? So Tristorm, I assume you're talking about something to do with Doctor Who, and I am avoiding it all. I know nothing about the 60th. I know nothing about anything. The only thing I know is I know Jodie is our next Doctor, and I know that the Doctor after that is Eric from Sex Education. That's literally all I know beyond what I have seen at the moment. And I am, that's on purpose. I am very, very, very strongly trying to avoid all of that. I think with Once Upon a Time, the whole curse premise the show is based off of has ended so quickly. See, and honestly, I watched that, like I said, when it was on TV, so it has been years and years and years. I could probably watch that now, and it might almost seem like a new show to me, because I remember so little. Oh, yeah. Okay, now I remember Malcolm, because I did really like that episode, too. The wormhole bus one, that was right before Waters of Mars, wasn't it? With, what was her name, Christina? I really liked her and wanted more of her as well. Which one was that? Planet of the Dead, was that one? I did really enjoy that episode as well, and I think her name was Christina, right? Am I getting that right? Or Christine? Something. Rarely meet people who love Clara. Oh, that's so interesting, because pretty much everyone on my Patreon and in the Discord for it loves Clara. I mean, at least as far as I know, there has been nothing but super like high levels of excitement for me. Like once I reach Clara being a companion, and everyone just has glowing things to say. Planet of the Dead. Yes. Christina. Okay. Yeah. No, but I remember them now. Christina's definitely one I would love to see come back, which I know she also, I think, has some Big Finish stuff as well. Hi, Sir Richard Owen. Thank you, True Family. Yeah, I'm trying to get there. And even if what I'm hoping to do is, like, even if I can't bring it back on a regular basis right away, I'm hoping to still kind of like put them out sporadically so there's at least something. But yeah. Yeah, okay. Johnny, I don't know what that means or what that's like referencing or who that is. Love or hate, no in between for Clara. Interesting. I didn't realize there were people that even hated Clara. I mean, I'm sure there's people that hate every single character on this show. There's always someone that hates someone, but yeah. See, I love Amy and Rory. I was not ready to see them go. I do think they kind of, especially there at the end, they definitely made it a little more messy and complicated than they needed to. But yeah. But I still wasn't ready to see him go. Gotta go. Finish line. Okay, thanks for hopping on. If you have any other questions, you can throw it in here and I can answer it. Oh, Christina's surname. Okay, thanks, John. So Richard, yay, Waters of Mars. Yep, I'm pretty sure that's my favorite too. And I don't know why, again, because that's not even typically what I would like. It's just his performance in that and just the journey that the Doctor goes on in that is like, I was on the edge of my seat. Like, I don't know that I've been more captivated in an episode. Interesting. See, and I don't know when Clara leaves or how long she's on the show for, and I don't want to know. But that's interesting that some people say she falls off. So, Karina, I'm not sure if that might be a spoiler. Does that mean she comes back after she's no longer a true companion? Which I don't really want to know those things if that is. Yeah, Moffat making things complicated? Yeah. Never. And it's not even the complicated, it's the, I don't really know that we needed to give Amy and Rory marriage problems. Right here at the end when we were barely seeing them. Oh, I see what you mean, Karina. I see. That makes sense. Huge army of Clara haters are just not near me. Apparently not, which is fine with me. Because I do love Clara right now, and like, I don't know, hating characters is... Because, I mean, I get that a lot, like with Rose. A lot of people hate Rose and are very vocal about it in the comments on the videos. And I've even gotten that with the release of Runaway Bride. There have definitely been people who hate Donna. And like, I just don't have the energy to respond to that kind of negativity. Like, you're allowed to not like people, but I mean, there are definitely characters that I don't enjoy. But like, I don't know. I just am not usually going to respond to those comments. Yeah, I mean, neutral towards Clara and falling in love with Last Moment, that definitely... I mean, we all go on our own journeys with characters. Rose and Clara are the least favorite in the fandom. That's... I never would have... Rose makes sense. I Rose being one of the least favorite, I can totally see that. That has been very apparent in the comments. But Clara is surprising just because, yeah, so far everyone's loved her. So Richard, yeah, the scene where he's leaving comes back. Yes, it's such a good episode. It's such a good episode. Yeah, exactly, Karina. Every companion upsets someone. And, you know, every doctor is someone's least favorite, I feel like. So it is what it is. I mean, and I even have, you know, a lot of people who comment saying that, like, Doctor Who fell off after, you know, a certain series or something, and it's garbage now. And, like, that's fine. People, that's valid. People can feel that. But it literally has no bearing, no effect on how I'm going to feel whatsoever. Ponjo, will I be reacting to classic Doctor Who in the future? So I am already reacting to it over on Patreon. I am up to season 6, episode 24, part 2 of the Seeds of Death. And eventually they will come to YouTube. I don't know when. And I have 2 other shows that I started beforehand and they have been patiently waiting for like a year and a half now to get back to it. And so those are the priority. I need to bring those back first, and then eventually we'll get to Classic Who. Crazy to think I'll be done with Doctor Who and ready to watch new stuff with us early next year. What a journey. So I don't know when I'm going to be done. I feel like, because I'm a year and 4 months in, and I'm at series 8. I don't know how many actual series there are right now. I think there are 15 maybe up to this point, 13, something like that. I'm not really sure. So yeah, I'll be caught up sometime next year. Only problem I have with Rose personally, she was just a kid and felt a bit weird. See, and I don't know that I didn't see her as a kid. Ice Warriors. So what's funny, Karina, is that you say the only thing you agree on is that the show is good. There are definitely comments in my videos that say otherwise. Yeah, with the same aligning companions. Yep. 13 series as of now. Okay, yeah. Yeah, there are so many people who are like, Doctor Who used to be so good, but it's crap now. Like, but they still watch stuff. The Doctor and any human would be an awkward age gap. So John, yes, technically, but I also am, I'm totally into like vampire romance stuff. So I'm used to hundreds or 1,000-year age gaps in my love stories. So that doesn't even faze me. Like when it comes to Doctor Who, for me, it's like not even a factor because I'm just so used to that because of, vampire stories. Thanks, Angel. So unfortunately, there's only one more thoughts video. It's mid-series 3. And then after that, I stopped doing them because they are a lot of work because I have to go back and rewatch the episodes and then type up all the notes and then record the video and edit the video. Like it's out, like it's, let's see what that's 6-7 episodes. And then, so it's probably 10 hours of work at least for like one of those videos. So yeah, the mid-series 3 thoughts video is the last one. And then after that, I just start sharing the thoughts at the end of each episode. But I appreciate that you enjoy them. And I appreciate that you were here. Thank you. Yeah. But I actually am going to have to hop off because I am 3 minutes late to my Zoom Patreon. Because I didn't realize how late it was getting because this has been a good conversation. We all thought it was good at some point. Man, I love the most recent series. Yeah. I appreciate that. All right. So I am going to have to hop off here and head over to Zoom, leaving a little note in the Discord. So yeah. Thank you. Extended thoughts at the end work much smoother. Yeah, the only thing is I definitely like, it is nice when I have like some time to reflect. And then when I watch things a second time, I do kind of pick up on different things, but it's so much work to do those thoughts videos. So yeah, I just share them at the end now. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for hopping on. I really appreciate you being here, especially if you're here for one of the shows I'm not currently reacting to and you're patiently waiting still. You are amazing. I hope to see you all in the comments. And hopefully, now that I'm kind of on the tail end of being sick for a few months, we can start doing these lives. I would ideally like to do them once a month. So, well, I'm glad you left the library. I'm glad you've been saved. All right. Bye, everybody. Hope you have a fantastic night. Thank you. I'm not upset about that. I really enjoyed Peter Capaldi in Fires of Pompeii and Torchwood, so I'm excited to see where he's gonna take 12 and what he's gonna do with it. So yeah. All right. Thanks. Bye.